I think we're gonna be friends.
Special friends.
Thank you for joining us on our third episode of our LocalCast. I'm Nick Hall.
I'm Mando.
I'm Brandon.
And we're going to be talking about important stuff to us.
Dude, what I pride myself in currently with like reducing the amount of awkward interactions I have is when you feel like the vibe's ending, you know, where you're like hanging out with people, you've had a good night, but you really want to get home, you really want to get to sleep. You can kind of tell everyone else does, the energy's losing. Done a good job at like making sure the goodbye isn't some ceremony, that it just ends quickly and you could just go about your separate ways and it's not bad. Where you're like, all right, I'm tired. I'm going to get to bed, you know, and you just go. You just fucking go. Instead of the whole like, I'm going to wait for the right time to make my exit.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to calculate that. Yeah.
I've done that.
I used to do that all the time. But
Yo, dude, I always fucking
I was like
that.
passive.
That's my go-to, a French exit, an Irish goodbye.
Irish goodbye. Yep, that's perfect. Yeah.
I always like
Irish goodbye. Is that when they're like?
It's just when you leave without announcing you're leaving.
Yeah.
Like you might tell a couple people, but like you're not gonna make like a whole I'm out.
Right.
You know?
All right, everybody. It's been fun. This guy knows what I'm talking about. It's been a good time.
It was a good night.
Right.
Yeah.
Remember that time we...
Yeah, dude. This hall party has been fantastic.
Yeah. Thank you so much for a great night.
For bringing me to this hall.
But like, I'll go up to like the people I went there with and be like, hey, I'm shipping off. I'm out of here.
I'm leaving the dock.
Yeah, exactly. I'm departing.
Yeah, and like not giving into the peer pressure of like, dude, come on, you have to stay. It's just getting started. I'm like, I'm not doing that. Please don't try.
I know
to
a lot of
get me
people
to
that do that with me,
dude. But
Or they're
you're a
just like-
different breed.
Yeah, well, they'll just be like,
Different.
yeah, I had to leave without telling you because I knew if I told you, you would have convinced me to stay longer. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Once I start drinking, I'm like, the fuck just started, man. We gotta keep going.
But the thing is, with you, I feel that way when you're in that mood. You know, when you're like, dude, I'm gonna head out. I'm just gonna go walk in the woods or something. I don't know. You like often suggest crazy ways to exit, and I'm like, no, Brandon, you shouldn't do that, man. You should stay here, and I'm gonna try to convince you to stay here. Not really because I want you to, but for your own safety. So when you want me to, I'm like, fuck, I do this to him all the time.
Dude,
I guess I should.
It's tough because like now that I have my own bed, it's very hard not to go back to it by the end of the night. Like I'd rather not sleep on someone's couch or like sleep anywhere other than my bed. Like that is the final destination for every night is my bed. Like whenever it's Christmas, my mom wants me to go out to her house to like spend the night. Oh, and I'm
dude,
always
same.
like,
ugh. It's the same.
Yeah, and I'm like, can I just like go home and meet you back here at like 6 a.m.? Well, like, no, like, it's tough. It's just weird sleeping in not your bed. But as like a kid, I could sleep where the fuck I want. Like high school, I slept on floors. Dude, I slept on tables.
It was limitless, man.
Yeah,
we're adults.
We're
comfortable. We're like now comfortable with where we're at, and that's crazy to think about. Because before we were like rebellious in like a kid kind of way, you know, where you're just instinctually rebellious, and we'd be like, "I'm sleeping anywhere. I'll sleep on this table. I don't give a fuck." Yeah. We slept in a park one time. Yeah. We slept like fucking homeless people, you know, like we slept in a fucking park.
And we definitely could have slept in any of our beds, but like we were like, you know what? Let's just set up a 2-person tent and put 3 people in there. Let's fucking do it.
And now we'd be like in Chicago and be like, I could sleep on your bed or your couch, man, but I don't mind driving the 4 hours to get to my bed,
exactly.
man.
It's just the comfort. It's just comfort of our home. Like we're just in our own space. Is just like,
dude. I remember one time in high school, I stayed the night at Mando's house for 3 days straight. Didn't bring a change of clothes. Nothing. I just fucking stayed there for 3 days straight on the weekend. And like I was comfy as fuck, man. Mm-hmm. I just lost a layer. Like I had a jacket on, took it off first day. Second day, took off the flannel, you know, and then last day I was like, all right, I should probably go home before my mom thinks I'm dead, you know?
Dude, those are good times, man. I did the same at Wabi's. I stayed at his
Wabi's,
house.
dude. My God. That was like HQ.
Yeah. Oh, God, I missed that.
The land of lost boys.
Dude, right in the woods.
That's
great waffles.
I could probably still sleep there and feel comfortable.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
That's true. Yeah.
Like, I could go there with nothing and feel okay.
Yeah. That's probably one of the only places where I could actually, like, go there at night and be like, you know what? I don't think I need to go home tonight. I think I could probably just chill out here,
Just
sleep on the
crash here?
couch.
Oh my god,
dude.
dude. That feeling.
That
being
place
at
has
Wabies.
just a really nice vibe.
It's the epitome of home away from home.
Yeah.
Dude, I was literally just thinking that. Like, I feel so at home there, but in a different sense. Like a comfortable stay away, you know? Like, where I
Definitely.
wouldn't live there because it's not my place, but I would be there for as long as I could.
But I wouldn't.
But if a
mind
room
staying
opened
there.
up,
Right, yeah. Exactly.
Go me.
I would,
I'll
like,
move in.
definitely live there if I could. Even if they said a shed. They were like, we have this heating and water in a shed and we don't use it. You want to stay in there? I'd be like, yeah.
you had me at shed.
You had me. At,
Yeah, I didn't need any of those.
you had me at. We have a.
Yeah.
That's it.
If there's a place for me to put my body on your property, I'll be there.
Jesus Christ.
Somewhere I can rest my bones.
These aching bones. That's the day I'm going to probably just realize how old I am when I get home from work and be like, my aching bones.
Jesus, man. That's
No.
going to be annoying.
The day when you actually say that out loud is
Yeah.
something you know you're.
Dude, I got home today after like a 6-hour shift and I passed out. Like,
Yeah, I didn't hear from you at all today. That was weird.
what do you mean?
You usually okay. Today you okay. I guess you did work today, but typically you're just like, yeah, we're gonna meet up later podcast. We should do that. But I heard nothing from you. You
Yeah,
were like,
man. I was doing my job and then I got home. Brian tried to talk to me. He was like, hey, how was your day? I'm like, I'm going to bed. And I didn't even mean to go to bed. I just like went upstairs, put all my stuff down. Next thing I knew, I was in my pajamas in my bed and I was like, oh no. And I passed out. And then I woke up with you knocking on my door dressed like a fucking hipster.
okay, listen.
Looking like a dapper Indiana Jones.
What can I say?
That's a good way to put it. Dapper Indiana Jones,
Dapper
dude.
Indiana Jones.
You're like young hipster James Bond.
Yeah.
Or
It's like a James Bond Indiana Jones mix, but not British.
I'll take that as a compliment. I hope that's a compliment.
dude,
think
you're
so.
like
I like
Corduroy the teddy bear if he was a human hipster.
That's a real step down. That was a big step
Oof.
down.
I'm gonna
Corduroy.
take that as an insult.
James Bond and Indiana Jones are like two of the coolest people in the fucking world. And then you were just like, remind me of fucking teddy bear.
Well, no, what I was hoping was that would set the bar a little lower so that way the Indiana Jones and that would level out so you'd really get the perspective on what it was
Oh,
like.
I'm like an in between.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
right
yeah.
in between.
Right in between. That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. You're like, that's where I want to be.
That's actually that's decent. No, I felt good in the outfit. I really like that hat. I'm gonna definitely pair that with a lot of outfits.
I just
Oh,
feel
it's a
like
nice outfit.
turtlenecks are like tough to rock nowadays.
But that's the thing is like if you rock it, then you're bold enough and it looks good. It's
I
just
agree.
people don't want to take that risk. Nick Hall
That's-
says, "I laugh in the face of risk."
Dude, what
This is
inspired?
sponsored by Nicholas Hall.
This is sponsored by Nick Hall. Don't say my full name, okay? This is still gonna be. I still want to be discreet about it. So
you
I'm
said
gonna give him my
you said your
nickname.
first name or your full name at the beginning of the cast.
Yeah,
true.
and I'm saying it right now. You also said
you're
Nicholas.
telling
Don't
us-
say Nicholas. I'm
Oh,
gonna
Nick.
bleep that out.
You don't think people will put two to
Nicholas
two
Ryan
together?
Hall.
No.
They'll be like Nick Hall. It can't be Nicholas, could it? No, fuck no.
No,
Can't be.
It's got to be Nikolai.
Yeah, the other one.
No, but what inspired me with the turtleneck is Kathy, one of my coworkers at work. She
Kathy.
rocks.
Kathy.
She rocks
Kathy.
the
Oh,
turtleneck.
Kathy. Oh,
She does?
Yeah, she rocks the
Jesus
turtleneck when
Christ.
she's working, and I'm just like, and I'm like, wow, it just like enlightened me. I'm just like, you know what? It's been a fucking minute since I've rocked a turtleneck.
I don't think
Kathy
I've
an old lady?
touched a turtleneck.
What's that?
Is Kathy an old lady?
She's older, yeah, dude. She's so great.
But she's
like
hip as shit.
she's like a really cool mom, like Wabi's mom. She's like around her age, and she's just
That's high praise.
she's she's just super cool, and I'm like, I really like your style, Kathy.
Dude, I know this
She
sounds
says,
sad,
thanks, whippersnapper.
but if you can, if you can
She's
remember,
not that old, okay,
She's like, watch me kick it. Yeah.
dude. She could kick your ass.
I don't doubt it.
I met Wabi's mom when I was like 9 or 10. I don't know, 5th grade, whenever
Yeah.
that was. So, but I know this sounds sad, but you have to remember, I was mostly with my dad in my childhood. So,
I've heard stories.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. But I remember thinking when I met Wabi's mom and got comfortable with her and like talked to her, like, man, women are incredible. They're more than like sex objects or mothers. They're really amazing people, and women are like. I just remember having this profound thought when I was like super young that like, wow, women are just crazy amazing. Like I just see them more than what I've like been exposed to. And it was empowering.
Well, it was like a house full of women, so that's the
true.
place to learn.
It's also like some women. It depends on like their personality and like their character.
Well, that just goes for people in general.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who they are, what they are. Like, there's probably a lot of cool transgender people, but I bet there are a handful of transgender people that are fucking douchebags.
Yeah.
Oh, most definitely.
You know, there's a bunch of cool dudes I know. There's a bunch of douchebags I know.
Right. Yeah, there's always an even mix. But yeah, my dad, he'd be like, oh, dude, I fucked this girl last night. I'm gonna fuck her friend tonight. And like, it was just very, very sexual
Just sees them as,
perspective.
like,
Dude,
objects.
He was
I
young,
will-
but
I will always remember the only advice I got from your dad. And it was like, oh, Mando's dad, I don't know what to do. Me and my girlfriend are at hard times. He's like, she got a friend? I'm like, yeah, a best friend. He's like, perfect. Fuck her. And I was like, oh. He's like, you have sex with her best friend, she'll be in the palm of your hands
I'm
forever.
sorry.
And I was just like, I'm gonna ask my mom. But I was like, thanks, man. I'm definitely gonna take that into consideration as a freshman in high school.
I'm glad he didn't follow that advice. But with that sexual outlook on women, it was very refreshing to me, Wabi's mom, where I'm like, wow, you're just a cool woman that I don't want you.
women.
I don't want you to get fucked by my dad. I would very much like it if
Your dad just pops up. You think that's gonna stop me?
I very much
He
think
pops him up beneath the blanket. He's like, it's already happened, son.
God, I was such a dumb kid. Jesus
We're all
Christ.
dumb kids when we were younger.
Oh yeah.
Such an idiot.
Dude.
God, doing stupid stuff all the time, egging cars and houses.
Dude, I wish I was doing that. I wasn't that cool.
That shit was dumb as hell.
Yeah, you should be proud of not doing that.
Oh, I
dude.
didn't do that. I felt lame, dude. I didn't do any of that shit. Any of that cool.
It wasn't cool,
It's
man.
not cool.
It was stupid. I got kicked out of Rosebush because of that shit. Like a whole town.
Oh, fuck.
Bang
We don't like
there.
your kind around here.
Pretty much. We
Dude,
don't like your kind. Eggers.
Did you notice that we said that today in a room full of white people and two people were like, oh, jeez. And we're like, what? You don't want to relive your history?
Yeah.
You know?
I think they were just like, oh, geez, like, oh, my ancestors, they're coming out.
Yeah, they're like, yeah. Because they're like, oh, those ethnic boys over there saying white people stuff. I'm like,
Yeah.
All troublesome.
like, relax.
Were we the only ethnic people in there?
Yeah, we were.
Jesus.
Wait, what meeting is this? I want
The timeout.
Oh, the timeout. Okay.
So we're talking about the coronavirus and how like we were just joking around and how like if it came in we'd be like, we don't like your kind around here or something like that. Like people with face masks or I don't know, something like that. And then Haley and Joel were like, oh geez, and like and then Haley was like, yeah, don't or something like that, like commenting like, oh, they just said something off color, like this is bad, like we should comment on it, but we're not. And I was like thinking, Brandon and I are the only people that are not white in here, and you guys are mad because we're saying something about white people who are essentially saying something racist. Like, what is that white guilt coming out?
So it was basically like you guys were just joking around about it, and they took it seriously. Is that what I'm gathering? Or is it like, am I misunderstanding it?
No, that was essentially it. We were like pretending to be old Southern rednecks, seeing someone with coronavirus or a face mask or something like that, and using that voice. And they were like, oh man, did they just say that? Did ethnic people just satire white people being racist?
I hate that.
Ah.
I also read the room, man. That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
thing. Read the room. Like
That's the thing is Brandon and I kind of just jump into shit.
no, it's fine like that. Like I just don't. People just don't understand sometimes when it's like you guys just jump in and just like joke around and stuff. Like I hope understand that it's literally just a joke. Don't take it so seriously.
I mean,
Fucking
Joel's
plebs.
a dad. You know,
I know.
he takes shit seriously.
I
It's
guess
like
so.
once you have responsibility, you kind of have to. You know, like he has kids. He has to take things more serious than us. We can get away with saying dumb shit
Yeah.
because we don't have any we have responsibilities, but way less than him.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
That's true. But I mean, even if it was like it was literally just a conversation in the timeout where, like you said, you guys
We were just talking
imitated
to each other,
Southerners.
yeah.
Oh, you were just talking to each other. But I mean, even if they like jumped in and continued the fucking around.
No, those guys wouldn't last in our world.
Oh god, no, dude. But that's the thing, is that's kind of like a flaw of mine too, is I don't feel obligated to compromise speaking out objectively about things, like things that are generally known, just for your comfort. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like especially that room. Like I'm not going to not say a joke with my friend here about like, or parody
because of what they're
like parody a character that they might feel guilty about, because they're gonna feel guilty about that or feel uncomfortable that they're hearing a white person be parodied by.
Yeah. No, dude, one of my favorite things about growing up was our diversity in like friends.
Yeah.
You know, like where we could literally speak up about anything and get feedback.
Yeah. We had Indian friends, freaking
Yeah.
black, white,
Yeah.
Italian, redhead, Mexican.
We had the crew, you know, and like honestly, and we could say whatever we wanted, nobody would get offended because we all knew none of us were coming from like hate. We're fucking around. We're fucking like high schoolers, you know? And like I would like to think now
You were who you were.
Yeah, exactly. I like to think now around the same group of friends I could still make stupid racy jokes and they'd still just be like, "Oh, you fucker, you know, you shut up." You know, like ha ha ha. Cuz they know I'm not trying to like bring them down. I'm not trying to like
insult them
insult them or their religion or their race. I'm just trying to fuck around, you know?
Just
like,
give them shit.
That's the
jab.
problem with a lot of white people that I know. Like, yeah, I'm half white, so I get exposed to a lot of white people that I see that like the problem with them and their racism is it comes from a place of hate and just like other emotions. It's such an emotional thing for them to talk about race. And what they don't get, that I think only other people who are like of different ethnicities get, is that we don't connect it that way. Like we see things kind of at face value, so it's easier for us to make a crack about it, about someone's race, or even like just addressing them as a black person or a white person or an Italian person or a Mexican. You know, we could say that and not feel guilty because we don't we're just saying saying a way to identify someone, a descriptive. But white people are like, "Oh, don't say black person. That's stereotyping."
Start having a seizure.
That's racist. Lynching? What? Slavery?
Yeah, no. I legit, like if I was like, hey, like talk to somebody like at a bar or something, like, hey, my friend thinks you're hot, and they'd be like, oh, which one is he? I'd be like, oh, he's the Mexican one. And they'd be like, what you just say? It's like, Mexican one. Jeez.
Yeah.
You know?
Honestly.
Like, for example, today we had a meeting and there was a guest had said, I saw that black girl do something else. And it was about a larger issue, but they added that in there. And the boss was like, oof. All right, that person said a racist thing, a derogatory thing. Everyone keep it a secret from that black person, okay?
He said,
It was like-
shouldn't have said that.
It was just
Yeah, it's like, what? This is right.
Darn.
I mean,
You know?
it's just funny how there's so many like trigger words that white people think. You know, I'm also like half white, so it's like I don't know. I kind of understand that, but it's like
We're
it's
on that
offensive
divide.
if you're trying to describe a person but you don't know them. You know what I mean? Like obviously the guest didn't know the black girl's name, right?
Right.
So she's describing her the best she can. Because obviously she might be the only one. Obviously,
She was native, too. So
okay.
she was,
So obviously, being described like that, she's probably the only one of that. Oh, man, see now I'm feeling like trigger words, but like the only black girl that works at the
She is the only black girl that works there.
exactly. And if she didn't describe her like that, you know, but your boss got it like instantly. He's like, oh, that's so and so.
No, like if I was hanging out with a group of friends and there was one white guy with us all, and then they were like, "Oh, hey, which one is Dylan?" I'd be like, "Oh yeah, he's the white one right there."
So,
No one would bat a
who
fucking
cares?
eye. Nobody would bat a fucking
Also
eye.
true. Yes, that is true. They'd be like, oh, yeah.
but
They wouldn't
white
even laugh.
people-
They'd just be like, "Oh yeah, the white one, all right."
a lot of white people will say that's racist. I mean, you talking about a white person's different, but if you were to say, "Oh, who's Alejandro?" "Oh, it's my Mexican friend over there." They'd be like, "Oh, that's racist. You can't
Well,
say that."
You can't say. Like,
That's a no word.
What the fuck do I call him? The like dark-looking guy?
They all have dark hair.
yeah, they're the tan
The
guy.
one with the dark hair.
They're all tan. Like
Right.
I don't.
trying to give you the specifics.
They're a little
as
hairier than
possible.
usual.
Little hairy.
Anything but race.
Yeah,
You know?
right.
He's got a whiter teeth, I guess. You know,
Whiter
like
teeth.
5'8", 5'9", maybe.
His ears are a little bit larger than his nose.
He says words like essay, amigo. Am I
Amigo.
ringing any bells?
You're picking
No.
up what I'm putting down, right? All
You're
right.
smelling what I'm
I don't want
stepping
to.
in.
I'm drawing the picture. You got to fill in the fucking blanks, man.
You gotta color
I'm trying
it.
not to be racist.
you gotta
Stay
color
in
it.
between the lines.
God, racism, it's such a weird, like, touchy subject now. It's so annoying, man. Like, fuck. Just be cool with them. Like,
Yeah.
it's not that hard. Just acknowledge that other people are different. Be like, cool.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do.
And yet, I feel like people are more racist when they try to tiptoe around being racist. You know what I mean?
God,
they're
yeah.
more racist that way, and it's like, just don't.
Do you want them to just be racist?
No, I don't want them to
Full
be,
send.
I don't full send it. Please don't. I'm just saying, just
Don't say
When
anything
you-
at all.
yeah, just shut your fuck mouth. No,
I don't know. I feel like people always want people to change, but I do think there are some racists out there that can change.
Oh, no doubt.
But if they don't say anything, if they just keep it to themselves, like, don't cause a fucking fuss, you know, like,
Dude, are you a true racist if you don't vocalize it, though? If you don't make it
that's a
known
tough
thing?
question, you know, because, like, I bet there are people that feel uncomfortable around specific races, you know, like, maybe,
I have a prime example of that, honestly.
what?
So, Austin, our tall white fella,
A genuine tall white
our
fella.
genuine tall white fella. When I was working at Popeyes, I had like a bunch of African American friends, and so they're like, "Hey, we're throwing this party over at so and so's apartment. You should totally come over." I'm like, "Oh fuck yeah!" They're like, "There's gonna be a couple of us there. We're gonna be smoking or drinking, having a good time. Whatever. Bring whoever. It's fine." I'm like, "Fuck yeah, let's go." So I brought Austin, my friend at the time. I was just like, "Yeah, let's go." So we whip down there, and then we go into the apartment, completely filled with black people. I was like, nice, this is cool. This party's bumping. They had
Yeah,
music.
you're like, you don't see this every day.
I'm like, whoa, you know?
a full black party
I'm like,
in
whoa.
middle of Michigan. That is unheard of.
That's
I've
exciting.
never heard of that.
Are you being like sarcastic? Are you actually being
I've never been to a party that's like more black people.
everyone was black? I have nothing. I was comfortable. I was like, oh, this is cool. You know, it's a party. I'm bumping.
You're
you know?
ethnic enough
I-
to get by.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the thing. No one was giving me the weird eye,
Yeah.
but everyone was giving Austin the eye.
Because he's a
And
super
Austin's a super tall,
White
fucking
guy.
lanky white dude that's just like, oh, my name's Austin. And so it was very awkward for him. And I could,
Oh, I bet.
at the time, I didn't know that he was super uncomfortable with it because I was just so into my own world at the time. I was just like, I'm fine. I didn't think about the aspect of, what it'd be like for someone of a different race, color, whatever.
You're like
you know what I
skimming
mean?
through. You're like, hola, and then
Hola,
he's like,
¿cómo estás?
he's like, howdy,
Hello.
greetings.
How are you doing?
How are you doing? So it's kind of one of those situations like, yeah, a lot of people feel comfortable with a certain crap, and then there's people that feel very uncomfortable with,
If
like
it was
different-
a movie, one guy would have been like, made him feel comfortable,
Yeah.
Like he would have been like, hey, everyone's looking at you. Don't worry about that. They just ain't seen a white boy in a long time.
Hey, man, you want a beer, man?
Yeah, just like
Ease
something
your
nice.
nerves. Yeah.
Some nice chill.
If one of them, I'm not gonna say. I'm sorry. But see,
If
me
somebody-
trying to tiptoe around it makes me racist.
Yeah.
No, if someone at the party literally came up and was just like, was just chill with him, just kind of like, I'm sure he would have, like, his nerves, he would just relax and stuff like that better. But
That's just a party thing in general. You know, like you feel awkward when you're invited by somebody that's not throwing the party to go to a party. I've done that all the time where I go to parties where like it was just like, oh yeah, you're invited. You can invite like other people. So then I'm just like, oh shit, I don't know anybody here.
Right.
that's why
Yeah.
you invite your friends.
But
You
plus,
invite
like,
them.
black and white relations are a little different, too, because, like, black
Most
people...
definitely. This is a history, dude.
Yeah, oh, no
Dude,
doubt. Like,
the
white
history.
people are not cool to black people. Like, they're,
No.
for the most part, not.
Historically.
So when you're at a party and it's all black people, it's all, like, all the homies, you got all your close friends, and you're having a good time, and someone comes in that reminds you of just bad vibes. It's just like it's inevitable to think about, because of the times and the history.
Mm-hmm.
You see a white guy, a tall white guy who you can't ignore either. It's probably giving you a little eeriness. Like,
He sticks out like a sore thumb.
man,
Yeah.
you kind of like ruin the vibe. But you see a Hispanic guy like yourself, like, all right, I guess,
Holmes.
fine, right?
I don't know. I actually heard recently that like the black community and the Hispanic community don't get along like at all.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, like they might hate each other. Like they might hate Hispanics more than white people.
No way.
I
mean, I think it
okay.
changes from person to person, but like,
I think it's probably more
know.
down
No way.
south.
I don't.
No,
I can't buy
dude,
that.
I've
No.
heard it. I've heard.
I haven't had. I'm coming from personal experience. I haven't actually come across anything that's like.
You live in Michigan, man.
Okay, yes, I live in Michigan, but still, like all
I've never
all
even
of my
seen
black
like,
friends, I've all the black people I know, I don't. You know what I mean? I'm all cool with. I mean, yeah, there's a few stragglers that I don't really vibe with, and we're not cool at all. But I mean, that's a person to person kind of thing.
I've
you know?
never
It's-
had a race issue with a black guy, black women.
That's the thing.
anyone.
It's like I've never had a race issue. It's
Well,
more
like,
like
it's
their
more of, like-
personality. It's more like, wow, I don't really like.
It's more
this
of like
guy's
a
douchebag.
gang thing, because like Hispanic people also have gangs.
Okay,
You
well,
know,
there's like no gangs here in Michigan.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's not here; it's other places.
Okay.
It's like
Maybe
more,
it's because like white
know,
people
like-
aren't to worry about. They're like,
Exactly.
oh man, we'll fucking overpower them.
that threat's been neutralized.
Yeah.
Now it's the Hispanic people that are starting to rise
Like,
up.
we didn't do anything to you, man.
Yeah.
We don't give you a fuck.
What are they called? Like the Royal Crowns or something? Like the big gang in Mexico.
I
don't know.
I have no idea.
All I
Yeah.
know is
there's like a
gang
huge
La
gang there,
Raza.
and apparently they've been like coming in to the south. Like they've been infiltrating, like coming in more and more, and like
More and more now that there's a wall.
yeah,
There's
they're
a
just
wall.
like dripping in.
Oh, you think this tall wall's going to keep us out?
This actually helps us, easy.
Yes, they have.
I'm getting my steps in today.
I need to get better at climbing.
We cover the topic of race, dude.
We did.
We cured racism.
We did it, guys.
We cured it. Racism is cured.
Yeah, we
No one's
figured it all
racist
out.
ever again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trump hears this, he's like, "Wow, wow."
You guys are losers.
What was I thinking? Here I was, racist.
Stupid.
Now I'm not.
I will never be racist again.
Thank you, locals. You saved me. Save America.
We
Yeah.
did it.
We did. We cured Trump.
Question from Das Boot: where is the creepiest place you've ever been?
I've been to catacombs. Those are pretty creepy because, there are dead bodies and dead bones and all that stuff all over the place, and you're underground.
Yeah, but like, were you scared?
No, not at all. I didn't give a shit.
I don't give a fuck. Like a skeleton pops out. You're like,
Yeah,
"Ugh,
I thought it was
whatever."
cool, if anything. I was like, damn.
Fucking deck it right in the jaw. You're
Yeah,
like,
just beat the
how'd
shit
that
out
feel,
of it.
Mr.
Dude,
Skeleton? Go the
It's a
fuck back in your
skeleton.
casket.
What the fuck's a skeleton gonna do to you?
Plus,
it
it's
is
probably like
bones.
1,000 years old, so it's
Yeah.
like basically just
It could
dust.
still kill you.
How?
No.
I don't know.
You've watched
I
too
don't
much Scooby Doo, bro.
Yeah,
It's
man.
not-
They're scared of skeletons. I'm a grown man.
Yeah.
I can
I'll
just
fucking kick the shit out of
I
that
can
thing,
kick
dude.
it. It's literally a human,
skeleton.
but without the muscle.
I mean,
It's a human
yeah,
with
but
that,
he
or
could
the
just
brain.
he could
Yeah.
take his bones and make it into like I don't know, fucking spear and just stab you and just
No,
be like,
he's a human.
Dude, I'll rip his fucking bone right off him.
Yeah. All you gotta do is
just
like
slap him over the
take his head off.
Just
Yeah.
locate his arm and just start slapping him.
It wouldn't
Yeah.
be that hard.
No, a skeleton is probably one of the easiest scary monsters to defeat.
It is. In Skyrim, it's like the easiest monster.
Yeah, because
Okay.
it's
Skyrim's
nothing.
accurate, too.
Yeah,
You've
historically.
convinced me, okay? Skeletons are so big.
I don't know,
I'm just
man.
saying, dude.
Says
I don't know. I went to that like Native American school that was like a conversion
Oh.
school, where like they
I
try
know
to
what you're talking
convert
about. The one
Native-
that's like you go on there and you'll get fined.
yeah,
If
yeah.
they catch you.
They try to convert. See, it's again a white people thing. They try to convert Native Americans to white people and know their values and would punish them. That was pretty creepy
Yeah,
to
that
walk in.
that's fucked up, dude.
dude, there was that underground tunnel there too.
Yeah, yeah.
That's probably the scariest part. That there were
Oh,
like
yeah.
underground tunnels to get to different buildings.
Yeah, that was probably the creepiest place I've ever been.
Yeah, when I was hanging out with my old drummer, he'd always be like, "Yo, man, let's go to the tunnels at the Indian thing and smoke some pot." And I'm
Why
like,
do
my
they have to
God,
make it
smoke
even
pot.
sketchier? You know, it's already sketchy to smoke and all that. Like, you know, it's against the law. It's like, why don't we go smoke in a place where we can get in even more trouble?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like, I want to go smoke on the fucking
Dude, enhance
pyramid.
the high, bro.
Yeah. Heart's all fucking going hard.
Dude, the anxiety with the highs make me feel really weird.
Dude, I got that.
He's
nice.
like, oh, dude, I just shit my pants. This is the best day ever.
This is something, man.
Dude, that adrenaline rush is like awkward. It's great.
Dude, the chill vibe I'm feeling from the weed and the adrenaline are counteracting. I feel normal. It's sick, bro.
The chill vibes I'm getting from the weed and the extreme anxiety I'm getting from where we are right now is totally great. I love pairing it together. But yeah,
Oh my god.
probably the scariest one for me was because of this incident that happened to me.
Oh god.
There's like a 3-story little mental health place that was abandoned. Like, it's the only thing on this fucking road in the middle of a field that me and a couple friends went to check it out. You know, like, it was super big. It was huge. And it was 3 stories tall with a basement. And, like, we started, like, running around, you know, like, pushing each other around. I got up to, like, the top floor, and I, like, turned the corner, and there was a huge fucking hole from the top floor that led all the way straight to the basement.
Jesus.
So if I would have
my
fallen
God.
down that, I would have fallen, like, 3 stories
You
to
would've
my
died,
fucking
dude.
death. And, like, we couldn't even... It took us, like, forever to find the door to get to the basement.
Damn.
Whoa,
Yeah,
that's
and we got
sad.
down there. It was terrifying. Like, it was just chairs just piled up, like burnt chairs.
What the fuck?
Yeah, like,
Why would you go down there? Hey, why would you go down?
Very
That's so
scary,
fucking
yeah.
creepy.
yeah, dude, we were just like checking it out. Like, the hole is what got me though. Like, we had to like shimmy around it like some fucking video game. But like,
Damn, dude. You didn't try leaping over it, jumping across?
hell no.
Guess when
You
you
just
slip-
lay across, one of you walks over the other.
Oh, there you go.
Fly, you fools. Fall down, die. No, that was probably one of the scariest moments and scariest places, just because like I legit almost fucking plummeted to my death.
Yeah,
My
dude.
God.
You stared death in the face,
Yeah,
literally.
and the basement was terrifying as well, because it looked like they were trying to get rid of evidence.
Oh,
You know?
Ooh,
God, that's always creepy.
Yeah, like,
That's probably so hard to find the door. It's just like, well, we hid the door.
yeah.
Like,
We created
we don't
a
want
new
an easy
entrance.
way for you to get in.
Dude, the
Yeah.
only
Get
way to
out.
get to the basement was from the third
Through
story.
the hole.
Oh.
Well, no, like that's the
Yeah,
thing. The
that
hole
was-
went through each floor. Like it was like
Straight down.
Did
Yeah,
like a
straight down.
really, really fat patient. You're like,
they're like,
I'll get out of here somehow.
He jumps out of bed and just.
There's like a giant fucking dead body down there, like huge bones.
They
Oh
couldn't
my
move.
God.
Yeah, they were like, "We're leaving you." He's like, "You sons of bitches."
Reminds me of like Monster House. Remember the big
Oh,
wife?
Monster House, bro.
That's a good movie.
Oh, wasn't
Great
there?
flick.
There was a scene, yeah, where he falls through.
She does. She dies. She could. That's how she becomes the house.
Well, I know that she becomes a house, but like the kid, like the main character kid, he like falls through and he ends up in the basement. Remember that?
Yeah,
There's
and
like a
then
part where he's like in the basement. And it's just
it
like
shows her like cemented over body
yeah,
in the basement.
What? No, I don't remember this scene. I must
Yeah.
have blocked this out.
Oh my god,
'Cause it's like-
dude, that movie's.
They were making the house, and like some kids kept throwing rocks at her, and she like fell in the house when they were cementing the basement,
Oh my god.
and she got cemented in.
And they like left her, I guess.
Yeah, she died,
She died right
Dude,
there.
that's
Yeah.
dark.
and then like she possessed the house.
And then she possessed. Yeah, and then the house was like alive.
It was her.
So that's how you possess someplace. You have to get cemented over.
I guess so.
Okay, dude, that's how I'm gonna take over United Apartments.
Dude, bring it on. I would
Bring
love.
it
I would
That's a
love
lot
to-
of houses you're gonna have to
haunt
possess.
them, yeah.
Sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah, you have to
Spread my
travel.
remains.
Yeah. You got to split your time between each complex.
There's a hand in this basement. There's a foot in this basement.
There's a finger in
You
your
know, you'd have
attic.
to plant it by the toes, dude. There's a lot
Yeah,
of places there.
you're right. You're right.
You're right.
All right.
Got a toe here.
What about you?
If I had okay, mine's not as creepy as that, but it was definitely like a shock when I got there. It was this trap house in Flint. It was sketch, dude. I was like freaked out the first time I went down, and actually still kind of creeped out like the few times I still went. And
Repeat visitor.
it was, I don't know, it was weird. We had to use a screwdriver to get into the door. They're like
the
it
fuck?
was like okay, so it was like the house, right?
Yeah.
But there was there's a house. The front door was like blocked off, or like it was like boards. It was like boarded up, and then there was like piles of like shit covering the windows in like the sunroom.
Oh my god.
And then to get into that door, because it was locked, you had to like there was no doorknob. You had to use a screwdriver to get in. You'd get in, and then you'd walk through this like maze of stuff that was just piled up, and like you'd have to like move some stuff and then put it back when you like did that. I don't know, it was weird.
Wow.
To get to the actual door of the house, and then you'd like open it. You'd have to like knock a couple times, and then the dude would come open the door. It was like creepy.
God.
They had a dog. He was friendly, actually. He was a good dog.
That was the best part of the place.
He was the best
There
part
was
of the
this
place.
little
It
dog.
was
Just
a dog. It's a great fucking dog.
yeah.
But there was
Just a tiny
like
little thing.
sick of fucking. I don't know.
Shins.
Get him, killer.
there was like just 4 people living in the house, and like one lived in the living room, one lived in the other room, and then there was like a couple that lived in the back room, which was Sinner and his girlfriend. It was it was a time, dude. The house was trash. They had all the windows covered. It was sketch.
That sounds terrible, dude.
It was yeah. And I was just like,
All our places are abandoned. You were at a place that people actually live in.
Yeah, like we don't care about the creepiness, brother.
dude,
Yeah.
I was scared to sit. I
They
was
have
like-
a skeleton in
Where
there.
do I sit? I'm scared too. Yeah, dude, it was a little terrifying.
They're like, yeah, we're haunted by ghosts, but they don't fuck with us anymore.
They actually left
Yeah, the ghosts are like, dude, these guys are fucking crazy.
Dude, let's go find another house.
gross
To
in
haunt.
here. Yeah, let's-
Fuck this.
This place smells like shit. I'm going to haunt the neighbor's house.
Ghosts. They're annoyed with the smell.
Yeah.
Ugh, you guys
Is that
are
fucking
disgusting.
meth? Ugh. Have some class.
I only haunt in style.
Yeah. This place used to be beautiful. This place used to be a place I liked to haunt. You ruined it.
You ruined it.
You little crackheads.
Ghost judging. You guys, you don't think. I swear, you don't have a brain. I guess technically I don't either, but
At least I have a
Technically, I'm not even-
soul.
I
I
have no-
think at least.
But yeah, so that'd be like the creepiest place, and like I said, I've gone back a few times, and I was like, why do I do this to myself?
Yeah. What do you think would happen if you unblocked one of the windows?
They
I'd
would
get shot.
obviously melt.
Jesus.
What? I don't know, man. I guess what was a little like made it a little sketchier is I had to park down the street. I couldn't park in front of the door. Or
Yeah,
like
probably because there were
I couldn't-
police always watching
I
it
couldn't
or
park.
something.
Like,
I
that
couldn't
place
park in
has
the
to be abandoned.
driveway.
Yeah.
I couldn't park. I could barely even park across the streets. I did sometimes, but
Nick, would you mind getting us some groceries, man?
We haven't eaten days.
days.
I just don't get like why they have to like. I bet they block the windows off super sketchily too. Like super like they use trash bags to block them
Oh
or
god.
some shit like that.
No, it was just like blankets just nailed up.
We're
See,
thinking,
like that. Just buy some curtains. No one will think twice.
What about a mosaic or something? A beautiful painting.
That would be nice too, I guess. But I'm just thinking like homies with like trap houses always fucking try and cover it up so badly.
Yeah, they make it look like a trap. house.
Exactly. You know, they're like they'll never think twice as they like cover their entire house in trash bags. And then like they're like, yeah, we're fucking smart. We're outsmarting them. How are they gonna arrest us if they can't look in? Dude, you just used a hefty bag to fucking block someone from looking in.
You could have gotten some curtains.
Just get some curtains.
You could have had nothing over the windows too. Honestly, no one would have looked in there. They would have been like, "Oh, that place
Could have
looks
had
like
some just
shit."
Regular old blinds
Yeah.
as well. I mean, if you want privacy, like blinds works as well. But
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, "I'm gonna board up the door, the
Yeah.
windows. No one's gonna suspect a thing."
I have my guard dog out all the time, and it's like, yeah, of course someone's gonna check it out because you're taking way too many precautions. You know,
Yeah,
I'm
it
gonna put
was-
my trash outside. They won't want to go into a trash-filled place.
Yeah.
I'm fucking genius.
I'm so fucking smart.
I'm so fucking smart. Yeah, so it was a
I
little
think the
sketch,
big
but-
thing that would happen is the smell.
Oh
I
god,
mean, it didn't smell that bad.
smell like coke.
I mean,
That
it
bad.
smelled like it. It's
Like
the kitchen was
heroin.
worse because obviously all the dishes and shit like that. But like, even though the house was pretty much trashed, there wasn't like actual like garbage. It was just like clothes and things like all over the place. It was just messy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then it mostly smelled like cigarette smoke.
I guess that's one way to mask it.
Yeah, that's an
So
overpowering
I mean,
smell.
there was like that. But I mean, other than that, it was it was fine.
Well, if that's the creepiest place you've been, I think you're doing pretty good, man.
Yeah.
I think I'm doing pretty great.
I'll take a fucking haunted house over a fucking trap house any day, though.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Wait. So is that a wait? What?
You haven't experienced a haunted house or
I
like
haven't
something
experienced
haunted,
it.
so that's good on one level. But also, you've experienced a trap house, and I'm happy. No, I have, but it wasn't that creepy.
So is it better to experience the worst of it and then just be like, all right, it can only get better from here?
yeah, essentially,
Yeah.
it's just a different kind of creepy. I think.
The thing
One's
is like, the ghosts aren't going to follow me home.
That's true. The people will.
People will. Yeah.
I'm not gonna go to prison.
Like, if
from
you
a
went to a
ghost.
trap house and they think you stole something, like, they think you stole something. Like, that's it.
That's true.
They'll probably just go apeshit crazy and try and kill you.
Oh, no doubt. Or like
Just for
rob-
being there. Just for, like, showing up.
I'm just nervous about getting robbed. Like, they can kill me all they want. I don't mind that.
That's the other
but
thing.
They
I
rob
was
me.
like, I'm the only one that's like has a car that's legal and I have a license and I can drive and like
They're like, you all responsible and shit.
Yeah, you fucking.
shit, you can
weirdo.
drive around and not get pulled over. Dog.
You looking real good.
You looking real.
I wish I could just rip off your skin and put it on mine.
I just might.
You like a millionaire or something.
Look at
You got a
that
401k?
Look at that
yeah.
nice pea coat. You probably got that from H&M.
Yeah, dude, you gotta wear like the jankiest shit if you go to a trap house.
Oh, you
I
gotta
dressed
look
actually
bad.
quite nice.
You
that was
fool.
my
You
first.
fucking
date.
rolled up in your turtleneck and your
Yeah,
nice
like
hat.
that.
You're like, greetings.
Greetings. I am Pharrell Williams.
Yeah.
They're like,
Salutations, drug dealers.
What's happening in the drug world, homies?
I don't know. Center was pretty cool though.
That's cool,
All
I
in all,
guess.
so.
Made some good networking.
I made-
Did some good
yeah,
networking.
they were chill.
Good friends.
I made some good friends.
Lifelong friends.
Lifelong friends.
Taking them out for vacations and shit. Mean when you get married, you're gonna double date with them.
Oh god, that'd be the most awkward double date. I'd just be like, "Hey, so the weather is nice." Make that good
Right back
old
to small talk.
small
Yeah.
talk with
Oh,
old
God.
friends.
All right.
I guess that's where we'll end it. Too.
Yeah, I'm all set. I'm ready to clock off.
Dude, I'm tired.
You look tired, man.
I'm tired.
I'm ready to dock the cock.
Doc.
I don't like that. I don't like
I
that.
like that.
Mindless. Well, thanks for listening, guys.
Yeah, this was
See you next time in our next episode.
See you next
Or
time
actually,
in
you'll hear us
hell.
next time. Yeah.
Play me off, Johnny. Racism is bad.